Hello, Key. How you doing? You're muted, Key.
Hi, how are you?
Good, good. Let's wait a few minutes, see if we get anybody else signing up today, okay?
Okay,
We'll try to get you, we're going to do a test review today and see if we can get you a bit of a head start on the test, okay?
okay, got it.
So we'll just wait here. Are you taking any other subjects right now, Key?
Yeah,
Key,
like
like what?
uh, computer science.
Uh-oh.
Hmm. Yeah, and yes.
I can't help you with computer science.
Yeah.
I,
Uh,
I can barely dial my cell phone. All the teachers were just given iPads.
oh,
And
iPad. iPad is really uh, it's very useful technology, I think. It helped
yeah,
me a lot on the study
yeah.
and life.
No, no, absolutely. Uh-oh, we had somebody come and then leave us right away. Okay. All right, well, maybe we'll get started then, okay?
Okay,
Let me start by bringing up an Excel blank sheet here for us, okay? And what I'm going to do is I'm going to refer back and forth to a few notes I have here. Okay, hold on. Where are my notes? Chapters 1 to 4. Test time 1 to 4. Come on, come on, come on. Oh, just let me get this thing going here. Okay, Key rather.
yeah, you can just call me Hans. Yes, I have an
Harv,
English name
Harv,
Hans.
Harv, Harv. Okay, Harv, that's good. You call me Bob.
No, 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 Hans, Hans.
Oh, Hans, Hans.
Yeah, yeah,
Okay,
yeah, yeah.
all
Because
right.
I don't know how to change my ID in the Zoom. I tried, but I didn't find the place. Yeah, so you can just call me Hans.
I have no idea how. I have no idea. But Hans it is. Hans it is. Hans it will be. Okay.
Okay, okay.
So Mark is with us. Hello, Mark. How you doing? Mark is there. Okay. First thing, make sure you understand the difference between a corporation and a sole proprietorship, right? And a partnership. What are the things that a corporation does well? What are things that are easier for a sole proprietorship? So keep those relationships in mind, okay, guys? Now you might get a problem along the lines of something like this. You may get a problem that says that assets were a certain number, okay? Let me make this bigger for my eyes. Oh, come on, open up. Ariel, where's Ariel? There we go. Ariel. You might get a problem where they say assets were $48,000 to begin, okay? And then they might tell you that the equity to begin was 15. Okay? So the question might be that assets went up, say 10,000, equity went down 2,000. What were the liabilities? What I'm getting at, guys, is have this little template in mind, okay? Or even have it written down. Let me just widen these a little bit. So as soon as you see they gave you two of the three elements, plug the third one to get started. You understand what I'm saying, Hans?
Yes.
So just say, so now you have the beginning. So now if they say that assets went up, say 12,000 and equity went up 6,000. Let me use a better number. Equity went up, say 4,000. What happened to liabilities? Well, just keep your formula going. 12 minus 4 is 8,000, right?
Yes. Yes.
So your answer would be liabilities are now $41,000. That make a little bit of sense, guys? Just having that little formula at the start should help you attack a few of the problems the way they're worded. You're going to get problems like that, okay? Let me go to another note here. Know how the dates go on top of the financial statements. Everything is everything is for the month ended, right? Everything is for the month of, except the balance sheet, which is as of, right? Have this template in mind. This one will help you as well, okay? You have beginning equity. And what do we add to the equity? Net income, correct? What do we subtract from the beginning equity? Dividends, we should know this. And then you got the ending equity. Now you might get a problem where they give you the beginning equity, 100,000. And then they give you the ending equity, which was 130. And they might give you the dividends, which were 19. How would we get the net income then, Hans? We'd have to squeeze the number, right?
Yep.
Okay. So my point is having these little things are very helpful. All right. Now you might get one that's even a little bit trickier. They may give you the same three numbers and they'll say to you, revenues were such an amount. Revenues were, say, $250,000 revenues. The question might be, how much were the expenses? Well, the way you would figure that is you would plug this number here first. So that's 100,000 minus 19 is what? 81, 51. I can't do this in my head. I'm so sorry. That'd be 149, I guess. Oh. There's your net income. There's your revenues. You would subtract the two to get the expenses. So that's an example of a tricky one that could be on there, okay? Are you still looking at the Excel sheet, Hans?
Yep.
Okay. All right, let me just keep going. What I'm doing is I'm glancing through some notes that I made here. Yep. Know what FASB does. FASB, they're the ones who set the standards of accounting, right? Know your different terms. There's some questions on some of those terms like going concern, consistency, periodicity. Be familiar with them because there's a question that's worth a couple points extra if you can get most of them right, okay? What's a current asset? We know what a current asset is, okay? What's the, know what the disclosure principle is. Know what the monetary assumption is. Going concern, that kind of thing. The term net assets, if you ever hear the word net assets, we don't use that in GAAP. That's an international term, okay? Hint, hint. I don't like them asking international questions because I didn't really go into that at all, nor was I supposed to. Understand what operating is compared to financing and investing. Know the order of the steps in the accounting cycle. You start off by analyzing, and then you journalize, then you post, you prepare a trial balance and prepare financial statements. Remember those arrows through the chapter? Again, refer to my little template here. If you get a problem where they're telling you assets were something at the beginning and liabilities were something at the beginning, always squeeze the third part of the accounting equation to get you going. Be able to fill in. Remember, Hans, we had the horizontal layout of the changes in different assets and liabilities and equity. That's going to be on the test. You're going to have to fill out that kind of a form on the test. Know your debits and credits. There's going to be a couple of questions where they're going to ask you 5 or 6 of them. They're going to say something like rent expense, debit or credit. Know your debits and credits. That should be an easy one for everybody. They're going to give you some accounts and you have to come up with a trial balance. A trial balance. You know what order that goes in, right? Assets, liabilities, equity, revenue, and expenses. The trial balance. Understand what that accumulated depreciation, that's an example of what? A contra account, right? Understand what a contra account is all about. What accounts do we close at the end of the period? We close everything that's on the income statement. We close the revenues, expenses, and we close dividends. We close them out eventually to stockholders' equity, okay? Eventually to retained earnings, part of stockholders' equity. After that, we're going to run a trial balance called the post-closing trial balance. Know what accounts are on the post-closing trial balance. It'll be the permanent accounts, your assets, liabilities, and equity. When do you record revenue? Know those timings. You record revenue and expenses when they're incurred. They almost never have anything to do with the payment, okay? So if they're giving you a question asking about when something is recognized and it's got paid in the heading, chances are that answer is going to be wrong because the payment has nothing to do with when you record the revenue or the expense. The revenue or the expense. So know your timing issues. Know your different terms. Know what return on assets are. Know what the profit margin is. Know what quality of earnings are. Gross profit rate, quality of earnings, those are the ones that come out of your operating cash flows. Why do we record depreciation? Understand how to do depreciation entries. They're going to ask you what accounts are closed at the end of the year. You just need to know that the expenses and revenues get closed along with dividends. A little bit on adjusting entries. Then a big question is going to be on the various terms. So what I just did was go through some notes that I took from looking at the exam. Okay. Is there anything that you wanted me to review in particular? Anybody? Mark, perhaps? You're okay, Mark, with what we've done here?
Yeah, all good.
Okay. Hans, did you have any other questions that I might be able to answer?
Not yet.
Okay. All right. How about you, Mihail? You got any questions for me right now? Okay, he's Mikhail's still muted. But anyway, that's the test review. Okay. I think if you look at this video and listen to the things that I'm talking about, it'll be very helpful when you take the test. Okay. So I guess that'll be it then, if you guys don't have any more questions. Okay. Anybody?
Okay.
All right, Hans. So I'm going to say goodbye to everybody. And you know where to find me if you need me for tutoring tonight. I'm tutoring from 4 to 7 if you need any more help. Okay, guys?
Okay, thank
Yeah.
you.
Okay, you take care. Bye-bye.
Bye.